Black women, all jokes aside now, because I love to make fun of the stupid black males. But that video is so true. When she was saying that they really believe that babies come from their testes, it's a shame that you a grown person and you really don't understand basic biology. That's insane. That's insane. I mean, in 8th grade, we learned about anatomy, biological reproduction. We even learned how to splice plants to make hybrids and etc. Like, these dudes, when they cheat themselves on education, it really does mess with the forming of their brains, the forming of their character, their functional intellect, who they are, how they don't contribute to society, and how they truly become menaces to society. It's sick. Like, when you have a problem with the truth, right? And it's not opinion, it's a matter of scientific fact, right? I don't know, it's kind of like no hope for you. Naya, what are you doing? It's kind of like no hope for you. How do you, Andre, how do you not understand or believe science when you see it every day in your face, constantly revolving around its nature and seeing it do what it do? I'm outside right now. See them clouds? Hold on, let me tilt it. See the sky? Right? That performs a function. Hey, very expensive dog across the street. Oh my goodness, a little fucking whippet. He is expensive as fuck. Got on his little fur coat. A dog wearing a fur coat. That's crazy. But anyway, that's the people I live around. Okay, so look at the trees. They perform a function. That's based in scientific fact. The grass that my dog is getting ready to shit in, that's a scientific fact, performs a function. Even her feces going into the ground performs a function. So I say all of that to say, when you don't understand the basics of nature and reproduction, period, because when you start learning that in school, they start with the seed and plants, and they basically explain to you through plants, which have a very similar production process to women, right? Because it is the female plants and female trees that do all the work, and the only thing that the male plants and the male trees do is they help with the pollination, and that's basically it. And then from there, the female plants and trees, they do their thing with light synthesis, cell respiration, all that shit they do. Photosynthesis too, you know that. And the female trees and the female plants, they do all the work too. Matter of fact, almost every animal and all, let me say it right, because y'all really be killing me when you call human beings animals. We're not animals, we're mammals, okay? And we share a group of animals that are also mammals. Y'all don't remember that? Like, every warm-blooded animal, meaning every animal that physically has a little baby, in a baby animal, right? Something that does not come out of an egg is a mammal, just like a human being. And the ones that lay eggs, they are not mammals. Those are animals that, I forget what they're called, but they're like the reptiles and all the rest of them that where, and like birds and shit like that, where their babies come out of eggs or some type of protective covering. So when you don't understand all that shit, I can understand why they're so fucking dumb and they actually think that they're lazy and sperm is lazy. lazy sperm and their one dimensional, one step or one process functioning sperm can be more powerful than what it is. And I know all of you know already that women are already capable of having their own children through parthenogenesis. And they also now have artificial sperm where women can have children with other women, or they can make fake sperm from a man. So the things that they learn how to do is because they study the processes of the body, right? So when you don't go to school, and I'm gonna keep harping on this because this shit is, I'm making fun of it, but it's real important, right? When you don't stay in school, black women, if you gotta beat the shit out of your sons, please make sure they dumbass stay in school so we can get rid of all these idiots in our society, okay? I mean, don't get an ACS case, but I'm fucking around right now. But like seriously, make sure they stay in school. Like, I don't know how you gotta explain it to them. I'm being so serious right now. And normally I'm joking and fucking around, but they need to stay in school. This epidemic of like really stupid, dummy down black males has to stop. And please let it stop with your sons. Explain to them that they need education. Education makes the difference in life of where you live, how much money you make, and protecting yourself against all of the trappings. She's taking me through the lowest branches on the goddamn grass. Lord have mercy. The lowest trappings in society, and it helps to navigate you out of things that people could set up for you to trap you in, but you won't be able to be trapped because you'll know what to do. Like, okay, you see how right now people are getting all upset because the stock market basically is damn near about to crash, like in the Great Depression. They lost a lot of money in like 2 weeks. That shit is unprecedented in the history of America. That means this country's economy is about to fucking fail and fall faster than it ever did in its entire existence. That should be scary to everybody. And do you know why? Because when you have an education, like me and many other people who take school seriously, we look at the past history and we project it against the things that's happening in the present that can lead to the future. So when I saw that the other day, I said, very interesting. I said, what they're doing is they're trying to create a modern day Gilded Age period in 2025. Now, all it takes is a simple Google search or ask AI a question, and ask AI or search on Google, what was the economic standing or the money situation in America during the Gilded Age? Please compare it between the rich people and the poor people. And when it tells you how fucked up it was, it will scare you. Okay? That is why it's important to be intelligent, or at least have an education and take education seriously. Because when you know what's coming, right, you can pretty much brace for it, and you can reduce it as much as possible. And you can definitely help to prepare yourself against that shit in every way. Like, let me tell y'all, it's about time, right, where every time you get paid, you need to have some money you put to the side for emergency. Don't touch it, just put it to the side. Remember how we used to say our grandmothers used to save money under the mattress? You got to literally go back to that, right? Because read about what happened when the Great Depression hit and how fast people went from having everything to nothing. Because what I don't think people are understanding is that they're fucking with the supply and demand that comes into the country. They're fucking with the other countries that send us our food, send us our supplies so that we can live every day, work every day. take care of our families, stay warm, have lights in our homes. This is what he's disturbing. So when you know these things, you can start reading up on how to be a survivalist. Because those dudes that live off the grid, they don't need a lot of the shit we need every day. But knowing what they know helps you survive. Okay? So that's the reason why being intelligent or taking education seriously is important, y'all. That's the reason why. I'm telling you. It really is. And I would suggest to a lot of these people who are ignorant and think that babies come out of their text. Hey, stop it. I'm going to take you in a minute. But we can't walk through cars. Do you know why? And the answer to that, for all the people that never completed 8th grade, those black males, is because osmosis is not a real thing outside of the cell process, okay? Osmosis can go through shit with ease, like it's all right. But I can't walk through walls, and neither can you. When you take education seriously, you know shit like that. I'm being an asshole now, but it's true. Like, come on. So, even though I started this video off joking about them, it's serious, black women. And even though those dudes are a lost cause, please do everything in your power to make sure your sons don't turn out to be like them. I mean, sit down with them, make them read a book to you, or give them something to read, and then sit them down and make them explain it to you, okay, in their words. Let them paraphrase it so you're sure, sorry, that they understand what reading comprehension, what the paragraph or the story or the book, whatever it is telling them. Because that's how you'll help them. Because believe me, they need all the help they could get. Because you do not want them ending up like these dudes on these podcasts, in these lives, and on these videos where they're screaming to the world how ignorant they are. And it's embarrassing. It is seriously embarrassing. And then the way that they're making 50 million 11 excuses about not going to colleges is very sad too. When all they could have said was, yeah, that's true, but we're going to do better. And that would have been suffice. But when you don't know how to do right, and all you ever do all your life is make fucking excuses for the wrong things you do, that shit was to be expected. And that's why I was laughing and making all them goddamn videos about them and joking and laughing about them, because they're stupid. And they take pride in being stupid. And they literally are the perfect example of that saying, ignorance is bliss. Naya, please, to the tree. Come on now. So, ignorance is bliss is a saying. I don't even know when it was created, but it just literally means that a stupid motherfucker don't know nothing but being stupid, and they happy in their stupidness. And it's true. When you see grown-ass men about to start clowning again, believing that babies come out of their testes, come on. You need to hit them motherfuckers in the head with a biology book. I'm telling you, just throw that shit square at the fucking forehead. Bow! Read that. Because you're bugging. Alright, it's about to rain out here, so I'm going to put this phone away, but see y'all later. And seriously, education is important. Please, let's go back to that, the way we used to be when we understood that education was more important than money, because it actually is. When you know things, they can't pass laws that fuck you up because you know how to get around those laws. When you know things, you know how to get out of traps they set for you. When you know things, you know how to go get the information to further know more stuff to help yourself. All right, so have a good day. Bye.